Damn COVID. Not re-diagnosed with COVID or anything. I'm just making a callback to yesterday's video if you didn't see it. Bards Babble we decided to go with on this one. Babbles. Sorry, not Bards Babble. That was a one-off I did with Sir Guffner. Very thirsty. I should have grabbed water on the way out, but I did not. So hope there's something left in here. Anyways, welcome to Bards Babble 3. Bard Babbles 3. God, it's gonna get me, okay. You might be noticing I wear the same blue hoodie every day. This is my work hoodie. I wear it to work and I wear it from work, and that's the only place I wear it to, so it's not that I don't change. It's just at the end of the week I wash my hoodie, and if I get something on it, I'll wash it, and you guys might see a wardrobe change. Other than that, be prepared to probably see this blue hoodie for a while. Keys, phone, wallet. Okay, we are good to go. So on today's episode, I actually didn't think of anything to talk about while I was at work. So this is going to be some real off the cusp, freeform kind of stuff, and I hate when the big trucks park at the end of the aisle. All right. Hopefully in these videos nobody's been able to see where I work, map it out and, able to stalk me. But who knows? The possibility's always there. I'm not super careful, especially since I'm not editing these. I am going to start looking into making better thumbnails because I realize how terrible the thumbnails probably are. Also, let's get some light going up here because it is dark this morning. Of course, my nose itches like crazy. But, yeah. It was an okay day at work. Machines were running terribly, which meant that setup time, teardown time, setup time was just astronomical. And again, I'm still so new that I don't know what's going on, so I'm just standing up there looking like a jackass, like, oh, is that where the boxes go? It's not that bad. I kind of wish I would have been recording on the way to work last night, because I almost hit a deer. Because where I work, there are a lot of deer running by, and I almost hit one. It was scary. I slammed on my brakes. Car didn't swerve or anything, but it did almost hit a deer. I saw a deer crossing sign, which made me think of that. But so that's fun. That is fun. What else? Not very good conversation today. I was with some quiet coworkers, and every time I tried to talk, they just like nobody could hear each other. Face masks, machines going. It's hard to hear anyway. So didn't have many conversations today at all, especially ones that weren't work related. I really tried to strike up a conversation with some random person that I think doesn't like me very much. And I was like, haha, I wanted to make this joke to this person in maintenance, but I didn't know how to take it, and he was like, well, what's the joke, and I'm like, well, he came by and he was spraying down some washers and screws at everything, and some nuts with some of this cleaning solution so he could pass it through this window. And I was like, are you washing your nuts on my line? And he just like deadpan looks at me. He's like, yeah, you gotta be careful what you say. I'm like, okay, well, thanks, guy. Tough crowd. And I realize it's inappropriate, and I probably shouldn't say that at work, but I mean, come on. If you can't have one testicle joke, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing, really? What are we doing here? Oh, I know, working. So. I didn't update the date, probably because I don't know the date. Was today the 16th? Let me see. This might screw up my recording. Let me swipe, dang it. No. Oh, shit. Sorry for trying to swipe and drive. Focus on the road, Richard. Next. Okay. I think today's the 16th. YOLO. road. This is the danger road. So we'll see how that goes. Can you not do this anymore? Thanks. Oh, shit. Hey, I didn't know I could do that. That was the road. Anywho. So, I wish I had more to talk about, dude. This is going to be really boring if these are all like this. I'm trying to make them at least a little bit entertaining and engaging. So on break today, on lunch, if you want to call it that, at 4 o'clock in the morning. On lunch, I went to my normal spot, went and sat down in my chair. I sat down, pulled out my wireless headphones, because I don't like wires anymore. It's not for me. Pulled out my headphones, threw them in my ears, and I ate my chicky nuggets and leftover mac and cheese. Delicious. Who says it's for kids? It's for everybody. You can have chicky nuggets anytime. Like ask Baby Yoda, meme creators, because obviously Baby Yoda's never had chicken nuggets. But I sat down and I started watching some YouTube videos. And as you do when you're in the know, in the cycle here, you just watch other people's YouTube videos. And I watch YouTube videos and things that genuinely interest me and I want to learn more about. I don't find myself so much more anymore just casually viewing YouTube videos. Like music videos I'll casually view, but I have to be in the mood for music, and that's probably the weirdest part of my life, and probably the weirdest thing I can say about me is I like music, but if there was no music, I'd be alright. Like, it's okay in moderation. There are songs I like, there are bands I like, you know. I get into moods where all I want to do on the drive home or on the drive to work is sing and belt along horribly to my favorite songs. But 9 times out of 10, at work, at home, if I'm doing something, I've got YouTube or podcast up. I don't do music. It frustrates my wife, I think, because that's all she wants to do is listen to music, and I in turn get frustrated by that because she has the habit of playing the same, you know, songs, bands, playlists over and over again, which I mean I do too, but again, like I go to my YouTube, you know, so when she plays these same people over and over and over again, Mariana's Trench, you know, sometimes I'm just like, okay, we've heard it, can you turn on something different? Not until I throw like a 90s hit list, and I'll be like, oh cool, look, jams. But I think of the last couple jobs I have, just we listen to the radio all the time, and you would hear the same block of 9 songs over and over again. You hear it for like 2 blocks in a row, and then they throw in a different song, or they change up the order, and God forbid there's like a DJ change like right in the middle of it, because then you go from one DJ playing the end song to the next DJ playing that same song, the first or second song into their set, and you're just like, I literally just heard this song. Look at that. Oh, this camera is vibrating. I wonder if it's been doing that for all the videos. I don't go back and watch my videos. I legitimately don't edit these at all, so. I know it's a little windy today. If that's happened, I'm genuinely sorry. Like, leave me a comment, let me know. Because, again, I mean, it makes sense. My car is shaking a little bit, you know. I'm on through way, things are happening. Anyway. Where was I at? Music. Oh, music. Podcast. Yeah. So, like, I listen to podcasts, I listen to audiobooks, I listen to YouTube videos. I watch theory videos, not like stupid shit like, you know, conspiracy theories. I watch stuff like Super Carlin Brothers, like, you know, is Mrs. Norris Filch's cat from Harry Potter, is she actually a witch? like turned into a cat, stuff like that. And I'm like, it's freaking plausible. Like, I like, fan theories. I was on a couple of them from Este, Power Ranger theories, because I've been doing a lot of research on Power Rangers lately without actually sitting down and just watching every episode of Power Rangers, which I probably should, but I know that some seasons are going to frustrate me. I know some seasons aren't really what I'm looking for, and I know that there's a lot of contradictions in the lore of Power Rangers, because of how the show might still be made. It's one of those shows, where they took the Japanese footage of all the action scenes. They filmed the American actors for the, out of costume scenes. Costumes is a weird word for that. Out of morpher scenes. Out not being Power Rangers. I don't know how to say this. So they took all the kids and, out of their morphed form, and they filmed new scenes and new dialogue and new reasons for the monsters to be there, and that's how the show originally was. I don't know if it's still produced that way. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I should probably do my research on that, but I've heard that it is, and I've heard that it isn't, so... Because I know when Saban took the product back over, and then it's like, are they using, just the same costumes, and they're not using any of the same recycled fight footage and everything, but anyways... Because of the way they had to film these, a lot of the times going from one to the next, there'd be gaps, there'd be missing things, there would be, the way Power Rangers was originally supposed to be was these powers. We have the morphing grid, we have the power coins. And then, you know what? The person who created the power coins has ninja powers he can give you. Cool. And then it's the Zeo crystals that actually, power the ninja crystals. I got my lore completely wrong, but it's actually the Zeo crystals that power everything. So it's like, oh cool, Zeo is the best, it's like, and that's like where I stopped watching as a kid, was in Power Rangers Zeo, because I kind of grew out of it. And then all of a sudden, like going back, and I'm like, oh, I remember the Turbo movie. Yeah, when the Turbo movie came out, like I got back into it real quick, because everybody was talking about it. I'm like, yeah, Power Rangers Turbo, yeah, it's freaking awesome, let's do this. And then I started watching some of the show, and I was like, this is dumb. And then I turned on the show, a month or two later, and it's like, who are these people? Because they change actors for everybody except for the annoying little jerk Justin. He was annoying in the show, I'm sorry. If Justin's your favorite, that's cool, but man, he was annoying. So I stopped watching. Completely. I have no idea what happened after that. I think they did In Space and Lost Galaxy and Deep Space Nine and I don't know, so many others. Ninja this, Ninja that. Dino this, Dino that, even though the Dino stuff's supposed to be gone, and the whole, it's like everywhere you turn around there's a new source of power. And then if you look at the comic books and the theories behind all this, is they're all tapping into the morphing grid, which, okay, so you're using the morphing grid, so the coins and the morphers and everything, they're a conduit to the power coming from the morphing grid. Okay, I can get behind that. I would plausible that, and I think that's what I'm going to do in my... I'm basically creating fan fiction. I'm taking the world of Power Rangers, I'm expanding it and restricting it at the same time. So basically, everything up to in space is canon in my story. And SPD is kind of from its own planet, galaxy kind of thing. They're pretty much like the Green Lantern Corps of the universe. SPD kind of watches out for everybody. That being said, they have a very small station on Earth. They've got a small station on like Eltar and a couple of these other planets. And that's kind of what's going on. And after in space, there's no more power left on Earth. It's the Zeo crystals. That's it. And because the Zeo crystals are never destroyed in Zeo or in Turbo, they were never destroyed. So we're plausible. But, and Zordon once said something like the Zeo crystals keep getting more and more powerful. So basically, the Rangers I have are tapping into the Zeo crystals, but they're not like morphing their bodies. It's more like they're using the power of the Zeo crystals and the power of the morphing grid as its conduit there to energize their weapons, battle armor, and transportation stuff, their vehicles. Not quite Zords. Just want to put that out there. I know it's like, well, you said, but they're not quite Zords. They're more like spaceships and shit. So anyways, that's basic lore building, because I have nothing else to talk about. So hey, if you like what you see, you want more of these, let me know. The thumbs up, comment something, subscribe if you want to. If not, whatever. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time on Babbles.